Hello, everyone, and welcome to Digital Civic Engagement, COM 3810. So I am your professor, Kelly Crawford. I've looked at the roster. It's wonderful to have some of you back that I've had in class before. And if you're new, don't worry. We are going to get to know each other virtually, which brings us to what this class is. Digital Civic Engagement, I'm going to say it sounds exactly like what it sounds like, but it doesn't sound like anything necessarily specific. And what it is how do we get people to be actively engaged in altruistic, philanthropic endeavors digitally and through a digital platform? So that's what we're going to be taking on. And that is what our projects are going to be as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you through the course. So that way, just give you a quick overview so you know what do I need to do, when is it due, and how do I actually get into this course, and what is my checkbox as in my to-do list. All right. So when you come in, you are going to come to this homepage. And what I'm going to do is actually I am going to flip over so that way we can go through this. In case you want to refer back to this video, you'll know what we're talking about in each section. So first thing first, how to move through the course. Well, here's something that you want to remember. All of your due dates are always Fridays at 12 o'clock p.m. So every week you're going to get a module. Everything for that module will you do on the Friday of that week at 12 o'clock p.m. All right. Then I will publish the next module on that Saturday. So that way you can start it on Saturday and then you have that week until that next Friday. Okay. Then for this class, know that 90% of it is asynchronous. You're going to be working through the modules on your own. You'll have some group projects here and there as well, but that again will all be digital. All right. Then you're going to meet with me, the professor, in a group setting once, maybe twice. This is when you get your community project. We will meet on Zoom. We will talk about the project, make sure you know exactly what to do for the project in order to make sure that you can be successful and also help out those nonprofits. And then, like I said, the asynchronous is going to be modules. Speaking of which, let's get into those. So when you come into the course, you're going to have these blue buttons and you can navigate this way if you want. I feel like you all are probably module ninjas at this point, but if you come over to the left, then you can just go into modules, and this is another way that you can enter into the modules. All right, so each one is going to be labeled and it's going to have the due dates or it's going to have the week dates, right? So getting started is the first module. You want to have everything done by Friday, August 26th. All you do, click in about the course. This is going to cover exactly what we're covering right now. It's going to cover the description, the program outcomes, the goals and objectives, the program outcomes, etc. So you're going to read through this. Important to note, up at the top, this blue box is always going to tell you what you're doing on that page of the module. This is information. So what you're doing is reading. But now when we click into the next one, let's see if it changes. This is, shocker, information. So this is going to be reading. All right, so you're going to read through this, blah, 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 and then click into the next page. And this one, discussion post. All right, so if you're very wondering, you can always look at the top and be like, do I have to do something for this page of the module? Discussion post tells you you're going to. All right, so you're going to make a video for me. Now, this is very important, as I have here, important. Do not use your phone to make this video. Anything that I have that's a tech that you have to do, I will include a video explaining how to do it in case you don't know how. If you've made a video on Canvas using your screen camera, you're good, you're golden, you know how to make a video. Do not make it on your phone, because if you've ever made a video on your phone and tried to upload it to Canvas, just save yourself the headache. It's terrible. Sometimes it accepts it. Sometimes it takes 2 hours to upload it. It just is not compatible with the .mov files. So don't even try. All right. So this one, discussion post, you're going to make a video. At every activity, I will give you the success criteria, AKA what I'm grading on, AKA how to do great on it, AKA how to make sure you have an A+ and you pass this course so you don't have to worry about graduation. All right, so you have to make a clear video, address all the points that are in the directions. You did not make a video on your phone, you followed the instructions, and once again, it's posted by 12 p.m., so 12 in the afternoon on Friday, August 26th. Can't reiterate enough, all of those due dates are going to be on Friday. All right. Now, then it's going to go into information again, student expectations. Basically, this is a coverage of your syllabus. It's going to talk about the materials you need, which everything is in the modules. You do not have to go and get anything. So that's coverage. And then the last part of this first week's module is going to be a blue box quiz, right? So the quiz is going to be over the syllabus, just making sure you know the most important parts of this class. We're all on the same page and good to go. This is only for the first week, this module setup. What I have done is every other module that we have in this class, I have set it up where they are all the same. So you always know what you're getting into. The first part of the module, so this is module 1, what is digital engagement? That is going to, the first thing you're going to get is a preheat activity. It's kind of like just getting your brain ready for whatever we're going to discuss in this module. You'll see up at the top, this is a discussion post, right? Now, I post things through YouTube, and Canvas likes to say video unavailable. No, it's not. Just click on the watch on YouTube. All right. And I've got that in the directions as well. Then, so you're going to go through this success criteria of what you need to do in order to make sure you have it all finished for that preheat. After the preheat, so every module will have a preheat, then you're going to have an overview. It's information about what's going to be covered in the module, how you move through the module, and the learning objectives. All right. So that'll be the second page of your module. Always is going to be the overview. Third page then will always be your reading and media links. Like I said, you don't have to get any material for this class. Everything is in the module. So I will post your media links. I'm going to have things that you're going to be doing with interacting with media. I will have that all listed here. Then your readings, I will also have linked as well. Just pay attention because you only have to possibly read a couple of pages. So just know that only pages 7 through 13 is what you're reading on Visser's piece, for example. That's the other thing is this is a 1-hour credit course. So time frame, you can expect about 3 hours of work per week. That's with the readings, the activities, anything you're working on with the project. All right. Then after the readings, the fourth page of your module will always be a quiz. So not a quiz necessarily, but a knowledge check. So this one is a quiz. Sometimes there'll be a discussion post. It may be a group activity, something, but you will always have a knowledge check that is based on the reading text and the media links that you worked with in the reading and media links. After the quiz then is going to be an announcements page. So if you want to go here first, that would make sense as well. But this is kind of like our quote unquote discussion in class. I'll announce things that I'm noticing, your work, any feedback, things that you need to change or alter. Or that you're doing really, really well on and keep doing it. That'll be on the announcement page. All right. Then after the announcement page, very important, you will have an activity every single module. Sometimes the activity, blue box again, right, will be individual. Sometimes it will be with a group. So make sure you are considering the other people in your group. If you have a group activity, don't wait until Thursday to do your work because you're going to push back everybody in your group. Be a leader, right? And be a considerate person. But the activity will go through exactly what you need to do, right? It will give you success criteria. It's going to tell you what the activity is, when it's due, all of that information, and it'll tell you how many points, etc. All right. After the activity, then every single module, we will always have a discussion board for questions. Rather than emailing me individually, because that only is a one-to-one, put your questions here, because that opens it up for the entire class. If you've been in a class with me, you know I love communal education. So if you put them here, that way we can use this as a frequently asked question board. So if someone is like, I don't know how to make a video, I can refer them to where they need to find the resources to do that. Then if someone else in the class is like, I don't know how to make a video, they can just go to this discussion board and be like, oh, she already answered this. This is how I do it. All right. This will be at the end of every single module. So if you have questions, click into any discussion board on any module. It's all the same one. Okay. So that's the overview of what the actual modules will be week by week. They'll always, always follow that exact formula. All right. So then that gets into, great, that's the modules. Well, what is my grade? How do I get graded in this class? Right. So this is the way it's broken down. Number one, 30% of your grade is quizzes and engagement activities. So the knowledge checks and then also activities you're doing either independently or with the group, 30%. All your discussion posts and reflections, you're going to have both in this course. Those are going to be 20% of your grade. All right. And then your community project, since this is a service learning, our big thing is the community project. That's 50% of your grade. All right. So if you're wondering, what are my assignments? That breaks down to quizzes, engagement activities, discussion posts, reflections, and the community project. Now, if you're asking, what is this project we're going to be doing? I'm going to give you the quickest overview because each of you is going to be choosing a different project. So I don't want to go too much in detail right now. I just want you to have like the overview of what it's going to be. Here's the beautiful part. We are going to be under the umbrella this semester of arts and culture focus. After Katrina too, also after COVID, New Orleans has been hit really hard in the arts and culture sector of its life, specifically supporting artists, supporting nonprofits who support culture and who support art in New Orleans. So we're going to have multiple layers of nonprofits that you're working with. Everyone is going to work with Via Nola V. If you've been in a class with me before, you've probably already used this. But it's a multimedia digital publication that is open to the public and is also communally run, as in all of the writers, everyone who are editors. It's all volunteer basis and it's all community run. It's amazing. And it also has a strong educational branch as well. So that's going to be the nonprofit everyone works with. Then we're going to add on extra layers. So for example, if you choose content creation, you can write and create, you're going to create a newsletter, because we're going to talk about this in class, but websites are no longer the main source of information, right? People are getting information through social media, sure, but also this tailored newsletter that's specifically what they want. All right, so everyone under Via Nola V, we're only going to give you the arts and culture focused people. So that way, the nonprofits that you work with, let's say you want to work with NOMA, the New Orleans Museum of Art. That's a nonprofit and it deals with the arts, right? Or if you want to do culture, if you want to do women with vision, right? All of that has to do with that. You're going to create a newsletter and we'll go through the entire formula for how you do this. That's going to be specific around one concept within arts and culture. All right, so you're going to help those nonprofits. Then you're going to use the nonprofit of Via Nola V to give it out to the community, which is another form of civic engagement. All right, so that's the first one. Media engagement is the second one. This is going to be by day of the week. You are going to take over Via Nola V's social media for an entire week. Each day of the week, you will have a different project that goes up, right? So Thursday, for example, is going to be We've Got Your Weekend. That Thursday means you're putting up 5 or 6 slides of what everyone can go do in the city that's arts and culture, right? When you put that up, you will then link and hyperlink all of those places that you can to be like, hey, if you want to go to Where Your Art, they're having this gallery exhibit. Where Your Art is a nonprofit, right? So it's going to be multiple things. So that's going to be, if you love social media, we are going to revamp the social media of Via Nola V. If you've seen it, it's a hot mess because they don't have a visual aesthetic that is stuck. So we're going to help them with that. Then language translation. We want all of the work that's on Via Nola V to be available to all of the speaking public, all of the reading public, which means things like language translation. Doesn't matter what language. If you speak Arabic, if you speak Chinese, if you speak French, if you speak Spanish, it doesn't matter. You're going to get a couple of articles that you then will translate into other language. That way we can have all of this that's going into Via Nola V be for multiple languages. All right. And the last one is going to be educational outreach. We are going to be working with certain schools that are nonprofit schools. And they have students who are doing community projects and they need help. So you would be the mentor to, like, for example, McGee School is a nonprofit school. And so therefore they do a mentorship community project, the seniors at the end of their school year. They have never done a research project of this magnitude. They don't know how to ask research questions. They don't know how to investigate things. You would be a helper and a mentor possibly to those. It's an all-girls school to that school. All right. So again, each of you will be choosing a different project. So all of this completely depends on what you want to do. That's the class. If you have any questions, I'm here for you through the whole semester. For this week, the only module you're doing is the Getting Started module. Everything is due by Friday, August 26th of that module. Get in there, do it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, y'all. Bye.